And a very big hello wherever you might be watching. Welcome to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Formula One Grand Prix in elite division of the ARL. This is going to be a fascinating day. Not only is it the final race of the ARL season, it's the final time we'll be using F1 2021 as well. Time to upgrade, but the track remains the same. 7 kilometres in length, 19 turns, 2 massive DRS zones, and as we've seen right throughout the week, managing that ERS is going to be absolutely vital for a victory here today. It's going to be really fascinating, this race. While the championship has already been taken out in inimitable style, that's not the right graphic. Let me go to the correct one. Stand by. There it is. Zarkov has taken it out. CJM second. But have a look at this. Crush in third, all the way down to 10th. Those guys are all going to be fighting out the final top 10 positions here today. Should be an absolute thriller. The cars are coming out onto the track for qualifying. To host our commentary today, two of our young stars coming through the ranks, Mickey DeWiz and Hunter Griffin. Guys, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, HK. It's going to be an interesting one today. From P3 down to P10, they're like closed by only about 20 points, so anything can happen in the championship right now. Probably getting his microphone to work.
As we have a few cars leaving the garage now. As we have the Red Bull of Zico coming around Sector 2 now.
Red Bull?
Did I say Red Bull?
Yes, you said Red Bull.
Oh, thank you for catching me up there. I meant to say the Ferrari of Zico.
So interesting, Val hasn't gone out yet. Maybe he's editing a setup.
As we have the Alpines and the Haas fighting for the combined constructors today. Whoever will take the victory, you'll never know.
I think we have Ekem starting his lap, actually Darkly has starting his lap going up Rouge now. Pretty much flat in these F1 cars. Takes some of the curb and gets a good run onto the Camel Straight. Alright. So, don't want to touch that curb because that can spin you. You want to touch the inside curb, then it's almost flat here and you want to use as much exit curb as you can. Going to the hard braking zone. Don't want to lock up those front tires as he's on the medium, so it's even easier. When you go through this curb, you want to use as much curb as possible. And going down up to pull on. Don't want to touch that inside curb, that can spin you. We'll use as much as the exit as you can. And go onto the next sequence of corners. Try and just attack the corners as fast as you can. And use as much exit as you can. Now brake into the downhill braking section. And then you want to use as much curb on the exit. Try not to hit that wall right there on the outside. And this next section is flat out. Fast left-hander. Preparing for the bus stop chicane, the final 2 corners. Braking at about 75 meters, slowing the car down to 3rd gear. And just accelerating and trying to get the best lap you can. So across the line, he gets a 145.463.
As Zakov sets the fastest lap with a 142.2. As JJ comes to his lap now, I believe. As he comes through Sector 3 to start his lap now. Sorry, as he's coming to end his lap. And he crosses the line with a 143.5. ABK in the Mercedes trying to set the fastest lap as he can. Purple through the first sector. As I believe we have yellows in Sector 2 as cars are letting other cars past. Impulse going around Sector 2, the hard braking zone. You want to almost take this corner with as much accelerator as you can. Don't want to touch a lot of inside curb there or you will spin round. Deku in Sector 3 as he comes through the fast right-hander. As he comes through the last chicane. And he will end up crossing the line with a 1:43.56, sorry.
That puts him into 5th place.
As we have our one and only medium runner of Val as he invalidates his flying lap. I thought that was going to be a really good banker for Val there, would you say, Mickey?
Yeah, it looked pretty good so far. Everyone probably just coming in for their in-lap now. As
I believe CJM, who is in the AlphaTauri, pushing through the 3rd sector.
oh, Deco goes for a spin at pool 1, touch that inside curb. Managed to do a nice 360 and keep it at the wall. Not sure if it was on a fast lap, might have been on an in-lap. But that'll ruin his tyres.
As we have the Ferrari of Zico and the Haas of Eckham on their laps now, as Zico, approaches his lap.
We have the Red Bull and the Mercedes of ABK and AVR coming out of the pits on fresh, soft tyres, but AVR is actually on the medium, so he's going to try go for another banker lap. So Deku got a 5-place grid penalty for something. I didn't catch what it was, but maybe, I'm not sure what it could have been. Blocking someone, maybe. As most people are either in the pits or on their out lap. So Zico coming round the bus stop chicane to start his 2nd flying lap. Comes out, going into turn 1, braking around 75 meters, slightly touching that inside curb and getting on the accelerator as fast as possible. Coming up to a Rouge and Radley takes a little bit of the curb, takes it completely flat. Now up to the spot where you want the most straight line speed, because it can gain you a lot of time. Camel straight, braking at around 50 meters. Do not touching that inside curb, but taking a pretty good line and goes pretty wide on the outside curb. Coming down to the spot where you can easily lock up, doesn't look to do so. Takes a lot of curb there. Runs pretty wide but doesn't invalidate. Up to Puwan now. Doesn't touch the curb and runs pretty wide. And then coming up to the next sequence of corners. Pretty nice throw, pretty nice flow down to 4th and up to 5th. Now braking downhill. And you want to get a good line through there. It's the purple 2nd sector, so that was a really good sector for Zico, as he's coming up to the fast left-hander, completely flat. Now preparing for the braking zone of the bus stop chicane. So braking 75 meters, slightly touching the inside curbs, running quite wide, getting on the accelerator, and he's going to set a 143 flat, which will put him 2nd, 8/10 off the pole sitter right now, which is Zakov. So ABK goes 3rd fastest with a 143.29. And Darky comes out of the final chicane, opens the DRS and runs to the line and sets a 1:43.9, which will put him 8th. Now Impulse on the medium tyres crosses the line and goes 4th on the medium tyres. So that was a very good lap for AVR Impulse, as he drops back now to 5th because Cato jumps to 2nd with a 1:42.7. So that's still a good 4/10 off Zakov. 4/5.
As I believe we have Zakov on new fresh tyres coming around on his lap.
There might be a little bit of team orders here. Zay is going pretty close back of gears, so maybe they're going to get some slipstream from each other. Slipstream will be very minimal from this range, but it could still work. Zakov on the fastest lap takes Puon beautifully. Now braking just after 50, slightly touching that inside curb, slightly touching the second apex and getting rotation. Now braking downhill as soon as the curb starts, then using all of the track and turning in right for this fast right-hand corner. Doesn't hit the wall, which is good, and keeps his foot flat. Now to the left-hander, he takes that obviously flat and gets ready for the final sequence of corners, braking at round 75, touching both inside curbs, gets on the power, opens DRS, and he sets a 1:41.7, so almost a second faster than P2. So that's a really impressive lap from him.
As Gers sets his lap and goes second with a 1:42.4. So Gers in the Alpine looking very strong through qualifying so far. As I believe we have the two Alpines trying to get a slipstream down that main straight. The Alpine of Zay will get so much time from this. As he comes through sector 2, takes that beautifully through there. As we have the Haas of JJ on his, starting his lap now. Let's see what he can do. Very nice through the first corner.
Impulse has started lap going down to La Source. Slightly misses the apex, but he'll get a good run down up to a Rouge. There is a car that is quite close. I'm not sure. And he's just gone completely smashed into the wall at Rouge. Okay. Not sure why he done that, but that's taken him out of the session. As I think an Alpine has hit, or that's Eckham out now. And I think the Alpine of Zay has hit the barrier at the pit entrance, so a lot going on at this moment. As JJ continues his lap going down to Bruxelles. Stavelot. And he goes flat out through this section. Coming up to Blanchimont. As the driver gets out the way. Braking for the bus stop chicane. Using a lot of the second inside curb that didn't invalidate him, but they will compromise him as he goes 5th with a 142.9.
As I believe we have a few drivers starting their laps now.
I think ABK is on 1. Maybe Deco and Darkly. Dodge or Dodge Reno is just starting a lap, or he's invalidated, so he might start another second lap. Vow, I think, has just started his lap. I think Zico might have started his lap. On board with ABK, heading into pool 1. That was a beautiful run through pool 1, uses all of the track. Now heading up to Campus and Stavler. Oh, he touches the inside curb and he spins out, and that will ruin his front wing and his lap. Sadly for him, that's his last lap, so maximum he's going to get is a P9. As I think Bassink is on a lap. Yep, he's heading up to Campus and misses that curb. Doesn't touch any of the curbs. JJ is also on a lap. He just headed through Blanchimont and actually he's on. Oh, he goes in the pits. So ABK braking for ABK goes in the pits. I think Bassink is on a flying lap. Val exits the last corner and goes 4th place with a 142.7. So Bassink finished his lap. Zico finishes or starts a lap. No, he finished the lap, I'm pretty sure. Who else? I think that's Dodge. He finishes lap with a 148, so we must have made a mistake there. So I think that is everyone done their laps. So that's the end of qualifying.
Very interesting qualifying there, would you say, Mickey?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. A lot of crashes.
Okay,
So the top 10 goes Zakov, Gez, CJM, Kato, Vow, JJ, Aziko, Impulse, Deku, and Bassink. So we'll be back in a few moments' time.
Here they come to the start.
As qualifying finishes and the race starts, it's a sunny evening in Spa as we're getting prepared for the formation lap. Everyone just finalizing their race setups. Have anything to say, Hunter?
I think it'll be interesting to see the strategy that the front runners will opt onto. As we saw in qualifying, Impulse deciding to qualify on the mediums, which is a big surprise.
So, you have any predictions about this race?
I expect Impulse to work his way back up through the pack, as I believe Impulse favours this track.
Right.
But
Safety cars. How much safety cars do you think is going to happen? Yesterday in Prodigy, there were quite a lot of crashes, and I think 2 safety cars. The start of the race was in the rain, so that caused 1 safety car. So, how much safety cars do you think is going to be today?
I believe there'll be at least 1, maybe 2, because I believe a lot of these drivers will be pushing the limits of their cars, and someone will just lose control and do a spinaroo.
Yeah, will it be their last spinaroo on this game, as this is the last race in ARL? So they're going to try pretty much anything, final push. Predicted pit stop strategy is a 1 stop to hards around lap 8. I think last night people could do a 1 stop softs to hards, but I could be wrong. Soft to mediums.
We've seen a lot of drivers through Prodigy, through the Academy, go soft to mediums, so I believe that'll be the strategy, depending on safety cars.
Yeah, safety cars could be a big factor here. Usually around anywhere past lap about maybe 6, 7, you can run the mediums to the end. Anywhere before that, I don't reckon it's worth pitting for another set of tyres. But as we have Zakov, that is going to round Blanchimon and warming his tyres really nice and warm to get the best grip off the start. As we have the drivers at the bus stop chicane heading up to line up on the grid. Obviously, it's still the AI driving, but next season it'll be the manual grid spots, so that'll be interesting. Could play a big part in what happens first. As we have Dodge lining up at the last row of the grid, as everyone has lined up.
We have the lights underway. And it's 5 lights out, and away we go as Zakov gets to a good start. Gare slots in behind him as Zakov routing the go to go outside to the inside.
Yeah, pretty clean start. One of the Red Bulls went off at turn 1, but nothing serious happened as they're coming up to a Rouge. No one spin there, as everyone's going to be having slipstream galore down the Camel Straight. Zakov is going on the inside line to stop slipstream, but no one's close enough to him to make an overtake, as one of the Mercedes is going for a move. I'm not sure if he sticks it. There's a yellow flag. I think that's Bassing that's gone for a spin. That's pretty unlucky for him. Might have touched the curb, might have got squeezed on the curb. Not sure what happened there at turn 8. As Zakov already pulled 8 tenths as coming into pull 1. Zay makes an overtake on someone, I think. I couldn't catch who it was.
As Impulse fighting with ABK. As Impulse takes a trip onto the gravel.
That's unlucky for him.
As Zakov speeding into the lead, hoping to get out of that DRS range by lap 3.
Because if the person behind you has DRS down the Camel Straight, it's going to be a very tough job to manage to stick the position. So 3 drivers, Ekem, Impulse and Deku, go in the pits to change the front wings. sadly for them, no safety car to help them. But the rest of the field is just head up Rouge and Blanchimont and is going down the Camel Straight up into turn 7 as Cat makes an overtake on JJ and is looking to make one on on Val. Oh, someone went for a spin. I think that's Val and he's out of the race. He spun at turn 9. He lost it, and that is going to be a virtual safety car.
So that'll give the hard runners a chance to catch back up to the pack, maybe only by 5 seconds, but 5 seconds is a pretty big gap. Here's the replay of Val's accident.
Sorry about that. It didn't exactly work. We had it on the wrong driver, but so Zakov has already put out a 2-second gap to CGM, so it looks like he will have an easy win home unless something happens. Still under virtual safety car, so they have to reduce the speed.
As the hard runners are making up 10 seconds, as Impulse gets a drive-through penalty.
And is DNF'd. Not sure what exactly happened there, might have just retired. Will that bring out a virtual safety car? I don't think so. He parks at campus turn 13. So, still yellow flags, but I don't think anything bad's going to come out of it. As we have 13 runners left with 2 DNFs.
Zakov has a comfortable lead right now as he's pulled his way from the DRS, so no threat from CJM from behind. As Gares might be looking for a move on CJM this lap.
Gares had a little bit of oversteer at turn 11, the no-name corner. I saw him, luckily he couldn't control it, as there's a yellow flag as one of the Haas's Echem spins at turn 8, must have touched the curb, but that'll put him back down to last and he'll have hot tyres. As Dodge has actually made up a good amount of positions. He has made up 6 positions off the start. Zay has made up 7 positions, as he looked like he might even get 8 positions as he overtakes JJ at the bus stop chicane. Beautiful overtake around the outside and through the inside of the last corner, and comes out in front of JJ. As Zico came in the pits, I'm not sure what that is for. It's a little bit early for the soft runners, so it might sadly be front wing damage, and it is. He lost his whole front wing. I'm not sure where. We didn't catch that, but that's pretty unlucky for him. As Ekem is pressurizing Deku. He has a good run on to win into turn 1 the source. He doesn't overtake him as he probably wants the DRS for Camel Straight. He has full battery and Deku also has full battery, so there's going to be a good fight, but I feel like Ekem is probably going to overtake him with DRS and the slipstream, as he's already alongside and he has overtaken him, Deku, and that'll put Ekem up into 12th place after that spin. So Dodge is pressuring ABK for 7th spot. As he's also looking to tie with the most amount of overtakes, 8 with Zay. He's probably going to get him down the Camel Straight, as ABK and Dodge are the first two drivers on the mediums, so they'll be looking to stop around about lap 14, 15, 16, around there to go onto the softs unless there is a safety car. So Dodge has almost full ERS, same with ABK. So it's going to be almost exactly what happened with Ekim and Deku on the last lap. Dodge opens the DRS and uses his ERS. ABK doesn't swerve on the track to cut the slipstream away, and Dodge gets the position for P7. As Basink and Darkly behind him are fighting for 9th position, Darkly just didn't lose the position down the straight. As we have Kato on gears, there's a little train. I think Kato got a warning for exceeding track limits right there. But there's a little train for second, third, and fourth. They all have around 50% of ERS. So it'll be interesting when they come to Rouge. Kato is definitely closer to Gears than Gears is to CJM. But we'll see what happens when we get to the two first DRS zones. So Gears and Kato open the DRS. They are not using the ERS because they're going to save it for the Camel Straight. Gears locks up a little bit, I think. So I wonder who's going to overtake who. Coming up, E Rouge. Kato opens the DRS. Not using his ERS, so maybe he's going to wait for another lap. As the positions stay the same, up in turn 9. They've definitely got a little closer. Zakov is still only 1.5 seconds in front of CJM, so if he makes a little mistake, CJM could be up to his DRS range.
Will there be team orders for the Aston Martins of Dodge and Basic?
As Dodge has a little run on ABK up into turn 7, doesn't overtake him. As that's the first track limits warning for Darkly, you get to pull on.
As I believe Dodge will be looking for a move on ABK on the straight, as I find that to be a very effective strategy to hold position through the corner and get your DRS.
For the battle for third, heading up to E Rouge. It's probably the exact same gap as there was last time, as Kato is using his DRS. Is he going to get close enough? I don't think so. He's looking for a little move, but he doesn't go with it, as the positions stay the same again. JJ and Zay are battling for 5th position.
As Dodge didn't get the move on the main straight of ABK. So is the Aston Martin holding back from passing the Mercedes, would you say?
Maybe.
As Zakov has bolted into the lead of the race so far.
Yep.
He's been from pole, but he is using up quite some of his battery.
As Deku gets a 3-second time penalty at, I think, Puwon, so that's called a couple of people out today. As Kato is in the pit for the undercut, I would say. He's been stuck behind Gares for a couple laps as he bolts on a fresh pair of, I think, medium compound tires.
As Kato will come out in 10th place, as he will be fighting with Darkly on the main straight. As Dodge gets the move done on ABK. So will Dodge be looking to catch up to Zay now?
Yep.
But Zay's got other plans of catching the Haas of JJ. The Haas have had a really good performance this week, would you say, Mickey?
Yeah, they've consistently been at the top. I think JJ won last night in Prodigy. It was a pretty dominant performance from him, as he's looking to hopefully get a podium for him today.
And I believe the Haas are looking to seal the deal of the combined constructors today.
Yep.
The only ones that can stop them are the Alpines of Gers and Zay.
I mean, Gers and Zay are P3 and P4, but I don't think that's enough, as we have a couple cars coming into the pits. We have CJM, Gers, JJ, and Zakov. So all of them going onto the medium tyres to finish off this race. So the new race leader is Zay, but he's probably going to come in this lap, same with Dodge behind him.
As the Mercedes of Kato looking down the inside of the Aston Martin of Bass.
Yeah, there's a pretty good battle, P7, P8 and P9, as he's going to look for a move into P1 but thinks better of it. Kato has a little look at Basink, but he's probably going to wait for one of the straights, maybe even this straight. He's using his ERS alongside Basink, who's on the soft compounded tyres. Is he going to have a move into Blanchemont? No, he doesn't. So you're going to have a look into the bus stop chicane. He doesn't go the move as Basink goes in the pits, and that slows down Kato a little bit. Zay goes into the pit. That means Dodge is in the lead, but he is going to pit around lap 15 with, as he has the medium tyres.
I believe ABK had a little incident with Bass there.
It was Kato. So as you see right now in the replay, They do hit each other just slightly bit, but not enough to cause front wing damage, I'd say. As that's Darkly with his second penalty of the race, so that's 6 seconds to his overall time.
As our effective leader of Zakov, maybe be able to make the move on ABK.
Or as someone's gone for a spin, it is the AlphaTauri of Darkly. He spins at the exit of Puwon, and that's pretty unlucky for him.
Oh, as I believe he might have gotten some rear wing damage then.
Maybe.
This is Zarkov looking for a move.
Is he gonna make the move? No, he doesn't.
As I believe the strategic move would be to wait until the main straight.
And that's what he's gonna do now with DRS open. He's gonna use a little bit of his ERS and pull alongside ABK and gets the move in the Camel Straight. So there is Dodge in front of him, who won't be pitting anytime soon with those medium on. So Zakov will be looking to get in front of Dodge as quick as possible, just so he doesn't lose too much time.
As Gaz is looking for a move on CJ. There's been a good battle between the Alpine and the AlphaTauri today, would you say?
Yeah, there's been a lot of battles in the midfield, like Bassink, Kato, Gez and CJM. So there's been some good battles today. As Zarkov just overtook Dodge for the lead of the race. So he is 3.5 seconds in front of CJM, who I believe is net 2, P2. And is under pressure by Gez, who might overtake him for 4th place, probably net P2 though. As Kato has lost a lot of time on Gez. He was right on the back around lap 10, around lap like 8 and 9, but he's dropped back quite a lot, wouldn't you say, Hunter?
Yeah, I think it's just...
As Gez goes for an overtake on CJM, he gets the move done just before the braking zone, and that brings him up into net P2. As ABK is closing up to Dodge. Oh no, Dodge has a big snap of oversteer. He spins, doesn't hit the wall, sadly. But sadly for him, he's going to have to wait as for the gap, as Ghosting is off in the elite division. So that's unlucky for him that he had to wait for about 5 cars to pass him, as he's probably going to box within the next 3 laps, I'd say.
As CJM still... No, sorry. As CJM is looking to do the switch back on Gaz and overtake him on the straight, I believe.
Have you been playing F1 22, Hunter? Are you looking forward to next season?
Yes, just the game, I don't know, it seems underdeveloped with the no TC because you can't run in 4th gear at all or you'll just spin.
I mean, if it's realistic, I'm fine with it. If it's not realistic, I wouldn't like that to happen. But anyway, CGM going for a move on Gers. He opens the DRS and breezes past Gers up into P3.
As your net podium, as it stands, is Zakov, CJM, and the Gers of the Alpine to wrap up the podium for now. We never know what else is to come.
Yeah.
As JJ is putting in a really good performance from coming from Prodigy to Elite, and I think fighting for that midfield is really good for a Prodigy driver. Would you say, Mickey, as you drove in Prodigy?
Yeah, he's doing pretty good so far.
As you can see on your screen now, we have pulled up penalties, and the only two people with penalties is Darkly and Deku.
Last night in Prodigy, penalties, there were like a fair amount of penalties, but personally I thought there would be a little bit more penalties. For me, I only got one warning with the whole race, but usually in the past I've struggled with track limit violations around Belgium. Mo HK gets a lot more than that. Yes, and CGM as CGM gets past ABK for P2, as there's a 5.5 second gap between first and second. So Zakov has sped off in the distance.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a safety car yet throughout the race. What about you?
I'm surprised as well. The thing is, since there's only 15 races at the start, and now with only now 13 drivers, it's like almost half of what we would usually have. Sad that there's not as much reserves and not as much people racing today, but for the new season, it'll be packed with races.
Yes, I believe there will be a lot of reserves next season, so if you don't sign up, there will definitely be a driver to jump into your seat.
Yep, so PC League with multiple tiers. So come join us if you haven't. As that's ABK going into the pits, so finally getting off those medium tires. Wonder if that means Dodge will come in this lap. As we have a look at Dodge, he doesn't get. Oh, he has a big snap of oversteer there, as you just saw on stream. So I reckon he's probably going to pit this lap, don't you think? There's a yellow flag at sector 1. I think that was. I think it was Bassink that gone wide, I think.
As JJ looking for a move on Zay in the Alpine. The Alpines
They're
have
going
been
through.
the Alpines have been involved in a lot of fights today, and especially with a lot of different drivers.
Yeah, it's been quite interesting to see how these Alpines are racing. Gaz in P3 and Zay in P5. So there is just about 7 laps to go of this race. So I'd say Zakov is gonna win. CJM is pulled a 2-second gap from Gears, so it looks like he might come second as well. Kato is almost 4 seconds off Gears. Zay is 5 seconds off Kato. JJ is pressurizing Zay 5 tenths behind, as we're gonna watch them going up Arouge and Radleon. As he opens the DRS. Or does he? He doesn't seem to be opening it. He switched it off. He wants to hold it for another lap, possibly. That's interesting. Anyway, 7th, just overtook, ABK just overtook Zico, and that moves him up into P7, as there is a almost 10-second gap between 7th and 6th, as Zico's 6/10 behind ABK in 8th. 9th is Basink, 6 seconds off of Zico. 10th is Dodge, which is 12 seconds off Basink, and 2 seconds behind Dodge is Deku in 11th with a 3-second time penalty. 12th is Cam, 15 seconds behind Deku. As someone has set the fastest lap, Ekim set the fastest lap on the medium tyres. And then Darkly, 26 seconds in 13th off Ekim with a 6-second time penalty for track violations.
So, Zakov in the Red Bull seems to be having a very good race, but I don't want to give the commentator's curse off.
Yep, seems to be very harmful in real life. It's happened multiple times in real life, but this is just a game. But anything can happen, they're still humans. JJ has DRS on Zay. He opens it this time, but just doesn't get the run. Didn't use his ERS either, so he must be saving it for a late lap overtake.
As I believe we have ABK behind them with 2 seconds, but he is, 7 seconds, as he is opted to go on the softs, so I believe he's gone from the mediums to softs, so I wonder if that strategy would pay out. What do you think?
Well, you get a worse start on the mediums, but in the long term it might pay off, not really sure. It's quite a simple strategy around Belgium, soft to medium or mediums to soft.
As I believe we have yellows in sector 2.
Oh, that's Dodge that is spun. He's waited for Deku to go past, and that puts him down to 11th place. So that's very good driver etiquette for him. As that's Ekim that's going to close up to Dodge. Dodge will have hot tyres going through Blanchimont, so he better not spin it. Oh, and he spins it. What did I say? Commentator's curse. Shouldn't have said it. Hits the wall, loses his front wing, doesn't DNF, but he might end up retiring. Oh, that's really unlucky for him.
If you were any driver and you didn't DNF, doesn't matter what position you're in, don't DNF because points is points.
He has a very awkward, to say, pit lane entry. Bet he doesn't want that to be on stream now, but comes into the pits to get soft tyres on and obviously new front wing change. Darkly got another 3-second time penalty just earlier. So it'll be interesting if Dodge can get within the 9 seconds of Darkley.
And the battle with JJ and Zay is still running through this race, so I wonder if
JJ still hasn't got the run on Zay. Looks like he's not trying, he's just gonna save it for the last lap. He wants his last lap on F1 2021 to be a good lap, as he's very close at the back of Zay. As he's actually dropped back 5/10 from Zay. Is he going to use his ERS? Yes, he will, but only a little bit. Oh, Dodge gets a 3-second time penalty. So, oh, and he spins on the pull one curb. Oh, that's unlucky. Looks like he might DNF. He might just retire. And is about to be lapped by Zarkov. So the first car has just been lapped on 19 with 3 laps to go. What do you think of this race so far, Hunter?
chaotic and interesting.
Yeah, it has been.
Because we've had our spinnees, but our spinnees that have spun, they keep on spinning.
Yeah. The last couple laps of last night's race, Fluxy hit the wall, and I just trotted past for P3. So anything can happen in the last couple laps as the tyres are getting worn out, and could cause a loss of grip and an easy spin at multiple corners like pull one. Could lock up at the chicane. There's a lot of corners around this track where you can easily spin. Oh, and that's Zarkov, a 3-second penalty. He does have an 8-second gap to CJM, so it should be enough. As I'm clearly slandering Fluxy right now. Fluxy just shouldn't have made that mistake, I'd say. I think that's a bit of a skill issue.
Now, whilst we're in the elite division, this is a little bit of controversy going through the league right now. What assist do you think elite should be allowed to run?
Pretty much none. Maybe racing line, maybe medium TC, maybe. Probably not though. I mean, in the new game it is harder. Definitely not like steering or braking assist. I don't think even in Div 2, I don't think you're allowed that. Shouldn't be using automatic shifting. Honestly, that loses you time, not gains you time anyway. ABS probably off. What do you think?
I'd say racing line and ABS. That's about it.
You don't think medium TC, at least as Dodge sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:44.0.
Well, they could be allowed, but I think when you're in the elite, I don't know, it's just sort of one of those things where, like, yeah.
You think they should be able to have at least, like,
Oh!
no big assist?
Oh! Has Zakov spins on...
Oh, Zakov, he's disconnected as well. He has a red X above his name. I think he crashed with Dodge. I don't think Dodge has a front wing. So we're gonna have a look at the replay on what exactly happened with both of them as they're heading up on the Camel Straight. Dodge, oh no. So there looks like there was a bit of desync there, but it looks like Zakov weaved too much and just spun off the track and hit Dodge. as JJ gets a time penalty.
Has
Dodge, not sure if he's going to retire. He gets a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. So, not sure what's going to happen with him. Zakov, I'm not sure, did he get front wing damage? I don't think he did. He hit, no, it doesn't look like he did, actually.
I think there might have been a desync on our end, actually. I think it might have just been a problem on our end and he's just gone off the track.
Where a boy says, my heart bleeds for Dodge. And we're on the last lap as well. So, Zakov, he's only got a 5.5 second cushion between CJ. So unless he makes a mistake, he will get the win, as he has the 3-second time penalty. So it's the last chance for JJ. He's going to use all of his DRS and ERS, as I don't think he's going to go for it. He might wait for the straight just before Blanchimont, maybe. So Zakov, been an amazing race, just rounding Pouon now. Beautiful run through there. Used most of his ERS. So if you could rate Zakov's race out of 10, what would you rate it as? We have a yellow flag, one of the Astons or Ferraris. So 1 out of 10, what do you rate his race?
If he didn't spin and it's just been a problem on our end, I'd probably rate it a 10. It's been
Probably
clean.
10. Dominant race as he comes up to the bus stop chicane for an amazing championship and an amazing race today. Zakov is just about to cross the line as he does a little burnout, and Zakov crosses the line to win the Spa race. It's been an amazing race as CJM gets second, Gez gets third, Kato crosses the line and gets fourth, Zay just exiting the chicane now, getting fifth, JJ with a 3-second time penalty getting sixth, ABK exiting the final corner in seventh, Zico rounding the final chicane as I think Dodge was the little yellow flag. So Zico crosses the line 8th, Bassink rounding. It's been a pretty terrible day for the Aston Martin boys. I think Bassink might have... No, Bassink's just doing his own thing as he crosses the line and comes 9th. As Ekim is coming up now, doing his own thing to end out. He's going to cross the line backwards. Don't think he's done that in a league race before. But he gets 10th in a very interesting way, as he's probably going to uninstall F1 2021 now. Deku gets the fastest lap of 1:43.9, so that'll get him an extra point as he comes 11th. Dodge, I think trying to copy what Ekim did. Yep, he's gonna try reverse into the thing, into the and darkly retires from the session right at the bus stop chicane. And that's Dodge obviously has to finish the F1 2021 season with style. So it's been an excellent race, excellent season all around from all the 40ers, all the many drivers.
Here's the replay of Ekim's finish of the race.
Podium, so that's Zakov with an amazing win as he comes and celebrates and sprays champagne in the virtual world. So the results are Zakov in first, CGM, Gez, Kato, Zay, JJ, ABK, Zico, Basink, Ekim, Deku, Darkly, Dodge. So those are the finishers, and the non-finishers were Impulse and Vow. Actually, pretty sure Darkly DNF'd. Could be wrong. I know someone did. So it's been an amazing season. And do you want to round it off, Hunter?
I believe we should maybe do some interviews of the drivers.
Yeah, why don't we? So we're gonna need a little bit of help with that.
If one of the admins could come and give us a hand with the interviews, that'd be much thank yous.
Here they come to the start. Finish line again.
Let me talk. Hello, Zakov.
Hey, brother.
So what happened at the end of the race?
I just decided to do a 360. Yeah.
Why not?
Did you think it was... No, I'm sorry, I'm talking about, I think it was lap 21.
Yeah, I did a 360 just
Oh.
for the memes. Just too good. Nah, I'm kidding.
I mean,
My
why
game.
not? You've won the championship. Pretty sure anyway.
Yeah, my game crashed and then I crossed the line and it said 6/10 to CJ. I'm like, what? I got a 5-second penalty when I was out of game. I was like, what the hell just happened?
Oh, you're pretty
Oh.
lucky.
I had no one to join the game off, and then I found someone. I don't know who it was. I think it was Ekin, but yeah.
Yeah, because I did see a red X across your name.
Yeah, it was on the straight. I think my AI spun because I was weaving.
Yeah,
I was
you
really
did.
bored.
The AI did.
Yeah, I was
I
really
mean, that
bored,
was
so I
an
was
excellent
weaving.
race from you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheers, mate.
excellent race, and hope your good winning streak continues for next season.
Hopefully, yep. Running
Yeah.
no assists, so no promises, but we'll see how we go. Should be fun. I'm pretty keen for it at the moment.
All right.
Hopefully, we
Alright.
can I'll plug it here. Hopefully, we can organise a social race, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, a couple
Most
of
of the
them.
boys have wanted it, so
Off-season break would be nice.
Alright, here you go. I'll send you back to Spliff's Hive.
yep.
All right, who should we grab next? Who came second? CJM.
Yeah, I'll do it. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, that was an amazing race from you. With all the fighting from behind you. What was it like?
Yeah, it was alright. It was alright. Just got the move done on gears on the first lap, and then we just had some fun back and forths.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could stay in Zakov's DRS just barely, but right as we were coming up to the DRS point, my wheels started sliding off my disc.
Oh, that always helps.
Yeah.
Huh.
But then the VSC came out, so I got to screw it back in, so it was fine.
Yeah.
It was perfect timing.
Any questions, Nikki?
No, just pretty much been a good race for you. Got on the podium in the last race. So you looking forward to F122? You confident with the new cars?
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. It's gonna be all no assists, so I got to do a lot of learning for that. No racing line or anything.
Oh, alright.
That'll be a tough learning curve, but it should be fun.
Hopefully.
Can't decide if I'm gonna miss 21 or not, to be honest.
I mean, it's been an up and down game for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah.
Gears was hella pushing me for pace at the end. Keeps scaring me, making me think he was gonna catch up to me again.
Yeah, that was a pretty good battle throughout the race.
He's been a good adversary all season.
Okay. Alright. We'll send you back to the hive now.
Yes.
Alright, see you.
If
What about JJ? 'Cause
he's
he-
not around, I believe.
He's not around. All right, because he did have a good almost overtook someone like near the end, but just didn't.
Hmm. Yeah, let's
Yeah, let's
try.
bring in Zay.
Hello. Hello, Zay?
Maybe he's gone off to go to the toilet.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think that'll end it for the night, guys, and for the season. Hope you guys enjoyed this season of ARL.
Yep, it's been an amazing one, exciting one. We can't wait to see you back in a couple weeks' time for the next season.
Hey guys, it's HK Racing here, Bud. I know you guys have just done your very first solo commentary gig. Well done. I think you did a fantastic job. So GG to both of you, and good luck in season 2022 as well.
Yep, thanks, HK.
There it is, chat. That's going to wrap it up, not just for tonight, but for a whole season. Stand by on Discord for the very latest on when the next season's going to get underway, plus those practice lobbies, which look like they will be a lot of fun as well. Thanks very much for the pleasure of your company. Hope you've enjoyed season 2021 coming to an end. We'll look forward to catching up with you next time on ARL. If you're not a member and haven't played in the game, jump onto the Discord. The links will be in the descriptions down below. So go and take a look at that and come along and play and have some fun with us, especially if you can get your head around 2022. Good night, everyone. Take care, and we'll look forward to catching up with you next time.